Yeah, it's your man Diggy Smalls from the Chaos Crew, the best commentator on all of YouTube. Yeah, I said it, but you know I'm right. Just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights. What's going down, everybody? It's your man Pro Diggy from the Chaos Crew, but you could call me Diggy if you like. And welcome to my FMJ analysis video, I guess, if you want to call it that. I did get a lot of requests for FMJ in the past month or so, something like that, so I decided to do it for you guys. And for those of you that are wondering about Best Sniper, yes, I am going to do Best Sniper, but the way sniper rifles work in Black Ops 2 is completely different than they have ever worked in any other Call of Duty, so it's very difficult to kind of do like a more in-depth analysis of them. I want to make sure that I get you guys the most accurate information I can possibly get you, so it's going to take me a while to get it to where I feel that it's about as close as I can get it as far as you know, being accurate and things like that. So I am working on it, and I will get it to you guys as soon as I can for those of you that are waiting for that. Before we get into the FMJ video, just a couple of things real quick. First, for those of you that were interested in getting Teach Me How to Diggy on iTunes, it is now live, and I will put the link down in the description of this video if you guys want to go pick it up. I'm also going to link it in the original video, of course, as well. But if you guys want to go pick it up, that would be awesome, and I appreciate that very much. And then finally, before we get into the video, I got to give a shout out to one of my 8% female subscribers, Chelsea, or Gummy Bears 8621. She helped me out with all the FMJ testing and stuff, and it did make my life quite a bit easier, not having to split screen and control two different controllers at the same time and all that stuff. So big shout out to you, Chelsea. Me love you long time. Okay, so moving on, let's get into the FMJ video. Now, I feel like there's a lot of confusion with some people on what FMJ actually does. It does increase your bullet damage through surfaces, and also, you know, increases your bullet damage against score streaks and things like that. It doesn't increase your damage any other way. Like, if, for example, if I'm standing and then you're standing right in front of me or whatever with nothing in between us, it's not going to give my bullets more damage. The only way it's going to do that is if you're actually behind a surface, and the reason is it just decreases the damage drop-off curve going through something else. So instead of like the bullet slowing down and doing less damage, it has more penetration power, which once it hits the object that it's hitting, it gives more damage once it gets through. Now we're getting into the tests here, and without FMJ, it's 3, 4, 4, and 4, and you're going to see there's a lot of variables here. I'm going to try and explain everything. The class that I'm using is the MSMC with a millimeter scanner, just so I could see through a little bit easier. With FMJ, you cannot use the millimeter scanner, so I'm just guessing here, but I did a pretty good job because I got engineer on, and she just stood right on her tack insert, whatever. But also, as you can see, it's 3, 4, 4, and 4. So there was no difference through this particular surface, but I did test about 7 different surfaces, and there's different results for each type of thing. So here's a different surface, and it's going to kill in 3, 4, 5, and 5. And then when we get into with FMJ, it's going to be a little bit better. Now, I also tested score streaks, which is going to be at the end, but I'm not really going to like talk about that too much. You guys are just going to kind of watch it and see what it says. Now, without FMJ, it's not bad, but with FMJ, you can see here it does make a very small difference. Instead of being 3, 4, 5, and 5, it's going to be 3, 3, 4, and 4. So it did shave off a bullet at the second range, and then each range after that. And I also tested a little bit further back, as far back as I could get, and I got it to where it was like a 6-shot kill, whereas with the other way, I'm not sure how many shots it would have taken, but I was just testing like how far away it would go before it changed from 4 to 6. Now here is something a little bit different. You're going to notice with FMJ is there's certain surfaces that you cannot shoot through without it at all, which, like these cinder blocks, for example, you couldn't shoot through it. But with FMJ, it still takes a lot of bullets, so it's like 9 shots, 11 shots, 12 shots at the ranges that I picked. And let's be realistic, if you're shooting through through a wall at someone, they're probably not going to sit there long enough for you to hit them with 12 shots, and they're probably going to move. So it's you know, in that instance, it probably wasn't that useful. Now this surface here is actually impossible to shoot through with or without FMJ. So this is one of those surfaces. Right here, we can't shoot through the wall with no FMJ, but when I put FMJ on, you can shoot through it. It is 7 to 8 shots, which it's going to be kind of difficult. Like I said, if I'm getting shot through a wall, I'm not just going to stand still and let you shoot me. So, I mean, it works, but you might not be able to get a kill that easy. Now, as you can see with this particular surface, at the first range that I picked, it took 7 shots, and then the second range that I picked, it took 9 shots. But as soon as I slap on FMJ, it actually does make a very sizable difference, as you can see, with 4 shots and 5 shots. So it was 3 less at the first range and 4 less at the next range. Now here, this is a spot people like to camp a lot, so I wanted to show this, and without FMJ, it's 12 shots. That's a lot. But look at this, 5 shots with FMJ. So in this instance, FMJ is really, really useful. Now, my overall conclusion, as you see the score streak thing here, I do miss a couple of shots from time to time, or, you know, whatever, but I sat through and I literally counted each one, so I don't want anybody to say that I'm off, like, fuck that. I got it right. Okay, so anyway, my conclusion with this is simply that this is informational. You guys should take this information and then decide if it's something you feel is worthy of taking up one of your precious 10, you know, pick 10 system, create a class points. For my playstyle, I don't find it to be that useful. As you can see with the score streaks here, it actually took half the amount of bullets, which is good. And with the chopper, it does make a pretty good difference. I think it takes like 30 less shots or something like that. But for me, my playstyle, like I said, I don't feel like it's worthy of one of my creative class points. For you guys, however, you may think so, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, this is all just information. Information is power. I give you the information, then you guys take that information and decide on your own what you think it's worth to you. So, I mean, that's what I do these videos for. I'm not saying, well, this is the best, so you better use it. It's like, well, this is what I think is the best. Maybe you want to try it out, kind of a thing, you know? So that's basically that. Like I said, I wouldn't use it, but for you guys, you know, it may be useful, and at least this way we know that it actually does something as opposed to long barrel, which I'm still basically certain that long barrel does absolutely nothing, or at least nothing useful. So that's my standpoint on that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you guys go check out the other videos that are on screen here. As you know, I do put a lot of work into them and everything like that, and I do appreciate when you guys go drop a nice fat like on it or some comments and stuff, because I do read all your comments, and most of you know I try and respond to everybody whenever I can. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully it's been informational to you. This has been your man, Pro Diggy, from the motherfucking Chaos Crew, but you can call me Diggy if you like. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.